Okay, that's introduction. So talking about exam format of the TX exam, it is a skill level paper for 100 marks, right? 60 marks will be objective test questions, that is your MCQs, and 40 marks is the constructed response question. Since this is a computer based exam, so this you need to do on computer, that is using your Word and Excel. Okay, this will be provided to you in your exam. Okay. Passing marks, as usual, are 50 for all the papers of ACCA. Passing marks are 50 only, right? So the question, or I would say the paper, is divided into three sections: section A, B, and C. Okay, section A carries 30 marks. There will be 15 objective test questions of 2 marks each, totaling to 30 marks. Then there will be section B for 30 marks. There will be 3 case study style questions, and in that case study style questions, each case will have 5 objective test questions, that is your MCQs, of 2 marks each. So that makes it 10 marks per case. Okay, and there are such 3 cases. So 10 marks into 3 cases makes it again total 30 marks. So here 30, that makes it 60 marks of your objective test questions. And then comes your section C for 40 marks. So there will be 3 constructed response questions. It may be Word, it may be Excel, it may be combination of both. Okay. One question will be for 10 marks. This can come from any syllabus area, and it will be mostly based on the parameters of tax savings or tax planning, I would say. Okay. So since you are a tax advisor, or you would be acting in this paper as a tax advisor, so kind of tax planning point of view, a question will be framed in this 10 marks, and remaining 2 questions of 15 marks. So one will be from syllabus area B and one will be from syllabus area E. So let's check what is that syllabus area B and B. So your syllabus is divided under 6 areas. First is the UK's tax system and its administration. Second is income tax and NIC liabilities. These are 2 different taxes. Then is your chargeable gains, then inheritance tax, then corporation tax liability, and then value added tax. So when I talk about syllabus area B, it will be from these chapters. So one 15-mark question will be from these chapters, and one 15-mark question will be from this chapter. These chapters, my bad, right? So it can be combination of anything, right? Moving ahead, exam style, as I discussed, it's a computer based examination. You will be provided with 10 minutes to read the instructions before the start of the exam. Now it does not matter whether you read it in 10 minutes or you just read it in 1 minute. For exams, you will be getting only 3 hours. Okay, so there will be a separate clock for these 10 minutes, and once instructions are done with reading, then there will be a separate clock for 3 hours. Okay, so don't think that if you can read instructions quickly, that will make you that will increase your paper's time. No, it won't. Okay, talking about ACCA's pass rates. So if you see for TX exams in the previous session, the pass rates are about more than 50%, 55, 54, 53, 55, 53, and it is usually higher than any other subject of the skill level. Okay, anyone, PM, TX, FR, AA, FM, highest is usually your tax. Okay, so this has been the pattern recently, that due to its applicability, due to its practical approach of the subject, tax is having comparatively higher pass rates and better pass rates, I would say. Right. Next, study resources. So where can you study from? You can study from Kaplan Study Text or BPP, right? And obviously the relevant exam kit. So whichever learning provider you use, whether you use Kaplan or VPP, I usually prefer Kaplan. Uh, Make sure that you stick to it and do both the exam kit or revision and practice kit that VPP says, and the study text or the textbook, right? These both are really important. And yeah, the tag sheet is nothing but your resource provided to you in your exam. Okay, this will be already provided to you, in which rates and allowances of your tax will be provided to you. Other than that, there is also ACCA Study Hub. So there are in ACCA Study Hub, there are chapters, there are flashcards for revision, there are quizzes, there are practice. Now see, I would recommend if you are studying from Kaplan, don't study these chapters. Okay. If you are studying from Kaplan, don't study these chapters. Revision, flashcards are fine. Quiz and practice is must. Okay, so use any one source for understanding the concept, but apply it at all sources. If possible, go for a BP-based revision and practice kit also. Only after you are done with this and quizzes and practice. Only after this. Okay, you have if you have time to study that much, right? So application you can do from n number of sources, right? But these are the must sources, whichever text you are preferring. If you are doing BPP, then BPP study text and exam kit. Do it from both the sources, right? I mean, from the exam kit and also your study hub. So let me guide you through the study hub. So if you do not have any idea where to find study hub and how to access it, and there is also CBE platform for you to practice, because it's a computer based exam, so it's really important to be familiar with the I would say structure of the system, right? Okay, so this is your ACCA study hub and this is your CBE practice platform. Okay, so if you have not yet started the course, if you have not yet started the course, then it will show in not yet started. Okay, all the courses will be available here. In this, you can search for TX. Since I have already taken that, it is in progress for me. So let's study. Make sure that you choose for June 2025 to March 2026. Okay, it's really important. Okay. So see, there are chapters, there are flashcards, there are quizzes, and there are practice, and there is a search option. That's okay. So if you are doing from any content partner, then don't go for these chapters. Okay, you can skip this. But you can use flashcards for your revision, or maybe you can make your own revision notes. That's perfectly fine. You can do quizzes. Okay, so there are chapter-wise quizzes, but the issue is that quiz, or I would say the chapters. Okay, in Kaplan, there are 24 chapters, but in ACCA Study Hub, there are only 22. That doesn't mean that ACCA is having less content. No, it's just that some things are merged in other chapters. So there will be possibility that chapter 1 and chapter 1 of Kaplan and chapter 1 of ACCA Study Hub may not be aligned. There may be some concepts which may be covered here, but which may be covered later in Kaplan's book, right? So it's really important. First, you do the Kaplan study text and exam kit and get comfort of it, and then quickly apply your understandings on these chapters of, or I would say these quizzes and practice questions. Okay. There are also multiple choice. This is your section B and this is your section C. Okay. So this was your ACCA study hub. So make sure that you use it. Other than that, there is also CBE platform. So in CBE, all you need to do is add taxation. You also get a blank workspace. Okay, it's already assigned for me. So you also get a blank workspace. So that will be a kind of blank area for your having a Word and Excel. Okay, so in that you can practice any questions. And then there is a specific version that will be UK version. In that we will select ACCA official resources. There is past exam library, but see, in past exam library issue may be that things may not be aligned with the current finance act. because in tax is a subject which changes every year. Reason being due to updated Finance Act. So if you do a syllabus or a question of 21-22, these won't be aligned as with your FA 2024, right? And hence there will be discrepancies in your answer and this will make confusion. So I do not usually recommend past exam library for tax, only for tax. However, I recommend practice exam questions because these are based on Finance Act 2024 only. Okay. And your pre-mocks. So for September attempt, for December attempt, for March attempt, for every attempt, now you keep on getting pre-exam mocks. So make sure that you kind of solve that, because usually there is a pattern that the concepts that are asked in your pre-exam mocks are kind of covered in your real exam questions also. Some of them, right? So it's really important that you do the pre-exam mocks. And of course, there are practice questions. There is also specimen exam. So even this is based on Finance Act 2024. So you can do this too, right? So all you need to do is assign it and it will be shown in your tax specimen, right? And then you can self-mark it too, right? You can self-mark it too. And yeah, and this much would be enough. Okay, there are other resources too. There are technical articles too for a better understanding of the concept, but that's when you are already done with the study text, your exam kits and your ACCA study hub. If if after then you want to get the in-depth understanding, you can go for the technical articles. Okay, so that was all about the introduction of tax. See you guys in chapter 1.